What's up, my outlaws? Well, I'm going to address a couple of questions that has been asked, and the ones that have asked questions and I did not answer, I am sorry. I didn't do it on purpose. My email did not alert me that I had any kind of comments until here the other day, so I don't know what YouTube's deal is or Google, but I'm sorry. I didn't do it on purpose. I tried to answer everything that I seen on there. Now, I've had questions about the ramps. The ramps are 5 foot. Or I guess they're just a skosh under. No, I lied. They're 4 foot. They're just under 4 foot. And they needed to be 5. That's what I'm thinking. They should have been 5. All right, now one video where I did that pie cut and I made the dovetail. The only reason I made these 4 foot was because of the steel. It come in a 20-foot stick, so half of that is 10. So I cut them 4, thinking that 4 would be okay, and they needed to be 5. But in those ramps, I think there's 1, 2. I think there's 3 sticks altogether of 20-foot 3/16 2-inch angle iron to make those ramps. I just tried to do them the strongest way I could think of. Yep, I was afraid of that too. Now I'm unhappy. Now I'm unhappy. Now I'm going to have to come out here and fix that because our landlord has to be difficult. We got that big camper over there, and the only way we could manage to get it in was to bring it through the yard. And he wanted everything back here instead of out in the yard where you could get to it. And apparently I messed up my light box trying to get this thing back here, coming up over that curb and crap. So now I'm unhappy. So you better believe, with me having to put this trailer back here because he wanted it back here, that I'm going to tear the hell out of that yard going in and out with this trailer. You better believe it. And he got something to say about it and said, well, you're the one that wanted it in the back, so don't yell at me. You should have used your head and known it was going to be an issue. You can't drive through a front yard over sidewalks and over giant curbs and not expect something to happen. Let's use our brains. Yeah. But anyway, I made them the way I did because I was trying to keep the angle with that dovetail. 4 foot worked out pretty good, but the issue I've ran into, and if you're going to do this, then one thing you need to bear in mind is that the way I did it was I made the rail even with the top of what used to be the bumper, to where it actually, I should have ran, instead of cutting these off the way I did, they're 2 foot. I should have ran them all the way out to the end out here. And then, because that's an inch and a half or half inch or whatever, it's a 2x8, they vary, 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches. But loading the car, we can come up that ramp, and once we hit this dovetail, the car starts sliding if it's a front wheel drive. Now, if it's a back wheel drive, it's not too much of a problem because you got most of the weight of the car already pulled up. But like the wife's front wheel drive race car will slide right here, and you can see the skid marks there where we've slid trying to come up on it. So bear that in mind. If you're going to put 2x8s or 2x10s, whatever, out here on your tail, then run them all the way out and then weld your rail on to where the top of the ramp is going to be even. It might be a little steeper. Might be a little steeper if you have a 4-foot ramp, so it'll be a hard break. Or you can make your ramps 5 foot like these should have been, and it'll be a smoother transition because it'll be a longer length, so you'll have less to break. So if you don't have a power winch and you have a come along, it's going to be a harder, you're fighting up, and then you got to break the weight over that top, and then it'll load easy for a little bit. And then as that back end comes up, it'll start getting hard until it breaks up over that angle, and then it'll go up on there. So if you do this, bear that in mind. I mean, I don't have a problem with the way it is. I know it slides a little bit, but we are not always going to be loading a front wheel drive car on it. And that's the only things that slide is the front wheel drive cars. As in height, I had a question on how high it is. The only comment I could come up with at the moment was however high a camper is. So this is about it's about its ride height when it's on the truck. I lowered her down a little bit. And of course, always the front's going to be a little higher. So we have a ride height of 23.5 in the front. And then of course, the back will be a little bit lower. We've got 18.5 in the back. And as you see with my light, you have to be careful because there's only 6.5 inches between the ground and the bottom of those lights. One of the things I was concerned about when I was building this trailer, but I did not expect to encounter a landlord that wants me to jump a 7-inch, 8-inch curb, go over a sidewalk that's 4 inches above the ground, and try to weasel it back here into a yard to where, I don't know, he better not get mad when I pull it in and out and it starts ruining that front yard, because he's the one that brought me the pole saw and had me cut it because, well, that camper just looks so horrible sitting out there in the front yard. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Slick, because your driveway's too narrow and the ditch is too deep. Make a bigger driveway to where I can get it in the yard. Cut a tree down, make a bigger yard. We can get her in, no problem. But nope. Anyway. Tuesdays are my Monday, and it's been a Monday. Yep. All right, my outlaws, if you got anything else, post it in the comments, and I'll see if I can't keep up with it. I'm trying to check things more often. I don't know what YouTube's deal is, or Google, whoever, but I wasn't getting emails, and then suddenly I got one, and then there was like 4 in there. It's like, how's that happen? Because it went back like 3 months. And it's, oh, okay, whatever, YouTube. All right. Anyway, my outlaws, have fun, be safe. Later.